Happy Friday! Welcome to Follow Up Friday with Frenchie. Have you had a great week? I've had a busy week. It's been a great week. It doesn't matter the size, it matters how you use it. Now, get your heads out of the gutter. I'm talking about the space of your house. Goodness, it is Friday. Come on now, folks. I think it's a very serious statement when it comes to real estate and when it comes to selling your home. I recently have my house under contract down in Lawrenceville, one of my listings, 172 Lodi Way. And one of the biggest selling points was not the size of the home. It's a 2-bedroom home. It has a living room, open space to the kitchen, but the space was utilized perfectly. There was a loft in the master. It flowed nicely. Their laundry was halfway up the steps in almost a closet, like a stackable. The space matters and how it's being used. You could have a 4,000 square foot home and it not make sense at all. It all matters how it flows, and it matters how your furniture is set. It matters how you're showing the home when people come in. So the space matters in how you're using it, not the size. Think about the people that live in the city. I mean, Lawrenceville, my listing down there is city technically. Think about the apartments, the condos. They have tricks of the trade of using similar spaces for multiple purposes. So you might have a dining room, and we all found out a lot during the pandemic that one room has to have multiple uses. So you could have a dining room that's now used for homeschooling. You could have a dining room that's now used for an office. Your kitchen turns into your schoolroom. We have a nice size house, but we still use our kitchen for schoolwork. But how are you using the spaces in your home, and how are they flowing? You can set up a master bedroom to have an office in and it not feel crammed. You could actually put that office desk and turn it into a vanity for your makeup. There are different purposes to use in the different spaces that you have, but you don't have to have a bigger house, bigger space to make that room work. I've seen a lot of living rooms right now that are being staged with furniture to offset the living room. So what used to be a square, maybe the couch now goes diagonal, and behind that the kids are using for their play area to free up another space in the house for an office. Your dining room used to be great for that one time a year. Actually, statistics show now that's one of the top 3 rooms people are looking at. After the pandemic, people wanted to use that dining room space for everyday use for actually eating in. But let's say you still use your eat-in kitchen. You don't need that dining room space. How can you set that up? It can now be an area for your kids. It can be an area that you can set up like a bar. I have a good friend of mine who turned their living room, or their dining room, into a bar area. So now that's somewhere when their friends come over, they actually entertain in. Instead of being in the kitchen, instead of just using the living room, they have like a built-in bar. They put a nice buffet table in, they put their alcohol underneath and a cart, and then they have glasses set on the side, and that's their bar. It's like the formal sitting room, but now it's the casual conversation room. How are you using the spaces in your home? Is the furniture in your home taking up too much space so you're not able to use it the way you would want to? That matters a lot. Bulky furniture, colors of your furniture. Your end tables, are they used so that they're strategically put so they're not in the way, but they're an asset to the room? I have a lot of great tips, especially when we go to sell your home, on how we not just stage it, but how to use it during showings, during pictures, and then how to keep with that in case you end up keeping your home. If you're not ready to sell and you want some tips on how do I make this space work, let me know. There's professions that do that, including a realtor that you know. So it's a great way to utilize the space that you have by just having an extra set of eyes come in and say, how do I stage this? I have a friend of mine right now looking to purchase a new construction, and she needs more than one laundry room. So we were discussing an area that was like set up as a mudroom, but it was a big open space. There's a card table in there. And she said, I want to put built-ins for my other laundry room. And I said, built-ins? So the contractor had advised her maybe putting an extra closet in so it doesn't take up the whole room. Instead, the idea is to put a shelf in. And underneath that shelf is going to be the washer and dryer with cupboard doors. So now it looks like a bar, it looks like a mudroom, it looks like whatever you need. And you open that and there's your washer and dryer with shelving above it. You have a whole open space now. You didn't block it off. You didn't take away from it. It's all how you use your space. It's not just the size. I hope this was helpful. Keep tuning in on Follow Up Fridays. You know I'll be here. Maybe another music video is coming out soon. You never know watching my page. Have a great weekend. I have some new construction things coming up, and we're still low on inventory. 40% low in January this year, pre-pandemic with inventory. That's a lot of houses missing on the market. If you're worried about selling your home because there's nothing to buy, that all depends on your realtor. Who are you working with and their negotiation skills? Some of you know I have a background in investigations. That's what my master's degree was, in security intelligence. And I have a little background in some other careers that I dived into. And I keep up on that negotiations. That's so important when buying and selling a home. So you know you can trust me to help you do that. We'll talk about that on another Follow-Up Friday. If you're thinking about selling, let me know. We'll talk about how you're going to buy that next one. And it's not a worry when you're working with me. I hope you guys have a great weekend. It's draft week here in Pittsburgh and kind of all over the country. But let's go Steelers. I see we got a Pitt player. He's staying here at home. Congratulations. I'll see you guys next week. I love what I do, and I know you will too. Have a great weekend.